Edd Caudill was one of the first people I met in Nashville in 1994, and it has been a joy to work with him now at two different journeys, both during that first slot of time for 10 plus years and now back here this year. So I asked Ed to talk a little bit about his own journey, because I've kind of watched him evolve in different ways, and I thought you'd appreciate it as well. So join me in welcoming Ed up to the podium.
Well, a little MBA, good morning. A little MBA trivia. I think I'm Brad's first hire, July 1, 1994. Which I think was your first day as headmaster. It was a little over 1 year ago when my friend Matt Goliner called me. He asked if I would be interested in talking about the possibility of returning to MBA. I told him I would love to talk. Conversations with Dr. Boyd and Mr. Joya ensued. When it finally became clear that my hiring was going to happen, Brad said two words that were very meaningful to me then, over a year ago, and words that continue to bring me joy. Those two words that Brad lovingly said were, "Welcome home." I can still remember hanging up and sitting in my room alone, being emotional over hearing those two special words from our headmaster, "Welcome home." After being away from the Hill for 16 years, I'd been given a tremendous gift, the grace to be able to return home. I'm very grateful for this gift. One of my favorite books, if not my favorite book, is The Return of the Prodigal by Henry Nouwen. In many ways, I felt like the prodigal son when this past summer I walked onto campus for the first time in many years. Mark Artisan had contacted me and told me I could come pick up my laptop on the third floor of the Lowry building. I had to call my good friend, former wrestling and football coach, and former Dixon County and MBA colleague David Brown. I asked, "Where's the Lowry building?" He laughed out loud and said, "Boy, you have been gone a long time." So, on a hot June afternoon, I parked and timidly found the Lowry building. I waited patiently for someone to walk by to let me in. A kind young man working here let me in, and upon entering the building, who did I run into? For the first time in 16 years, but none other than my old friend, George Mario. He smiled and greeted me in a way that only George can and exclaimed, "Ed!" With George, it was like I'd never left. I was home. George Mario is a treasure and gift to anyone who knows him, a gift to MBA for 23 years. He is one of hundreds of reasons this is a special place that I now call home again. Being able to work here is a gift, and I've come to believe that everything that brings life is a gift. Anything good, true, and beautiful is a gift. My next breath, my next meal is a gift. The fact that I can say these words is a gift. When Mr. Joya asked me to speak this morning, I chose to think of this as a gift, an opportunity to thank you for welcoming me home. I've been hunkered down in Lowry 25 this year, so I haven't had the opportunity to meet everyone. I look forward to the future opportunities of catching up or meeting the many of you this terrible virus has prevented. Lowry 25 has given me many great gifts this school year. I teach 4 classes and have a study hall in this room. I daily interact with approximately 80 boys. 80 gifts, you might say. C.S. Lewis said, "There are no ordinary people. You have never talked to a mere mortal." A reminder that even our weakest, goofiest, most obnoxious students are very special gifts with so much to offer. Colleagues, there are no ordinary students. There are no mere mortals. I share Lowry 25 with Dr. Charles Sly's D Block study hall. At the beginning of the year, he kindly invited me to feel free to stay in the room during this time. This has also been a gift. I have observed and listened to Charles gracefully interact with the boys, whether it being students who have come in for tutoring or guidance. To the boys in study hall, he speaks to them with a kindness and respect that is constantly making an impression on me. And that is a gift. Our sharing of Lowry 25 has also provided us the opportunity to talk about a variety of many things, from listening to his stories of growing up on a farm in Texas, to watching hawks together outside the window of Lowry 25, to various authors who have made impacts on us, the daily rhythms of MBA, to what we are eating for lunch. I've been given the gift of friendship with Dr. Charles Sly, and I'm thankful. He actually gave me these hawk feathers this morning. So each morning when we get up, we have a decision to make. Are we going to appreciate the gifts of this day, or will we depreciate the day? Will we appreciate or add value to this day, or depreciate it and make this day less than it can be? At this point in my life, I just hope to see the goodness of each day and bring my best self to it. So in the midst of a mental health crisis, I encourage you to slow down enough to see the many gifts you have been given that are all around you. I hope you find as many gifts as I found this school year on the Hill here at MBA. Thank you again for welcoming me home.